Bill Olmsted, fellow competitor, Chief Safety Officer, Compact Carry Pistol Division Champion. This podcast has been made possible by our sponsor, Carlson Mechanical, where your imagination comes to reality. What is going on? My name is Paul G., Chief Safety Officer for the IDPA. This channel will help you clarify IDPA rules, shooting techniques, and inform you of the newest gear and what's going on in the shooting community. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Please welcome back to the podcast a fellow CSO, dear friend, and fellow competitor, Bill Olmsted. What's going on, my brother?
What's up, YouTube? How you doing, Paul? Thanks for asking me to come again. I appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time. I look forward to you always showing up. I didn't see you for the longest time last year, so you were really busy.
Busy doing things. Busy doing things at places with people.
Yes, very successfly. I see.
Not terribly successful, but adequately successdown. Yes.
So you just got back from Arizona.
Yes.
So what makes Arizona the South Mountain Showdown?
The Healy Arms South Mountain Showdown at the Phoenix Rod and Gun Club in southern Arizona.
Why are you so successful at that match?
I don't think I am successful at that match.
No,
you may disagree,
and differ, absolutely.
Some scores may disagree, but I don't necessarily think that I'm incredibly successful. It was a good match. I had a really good time. It was not a disaster, but how do I want to say this? I don't mind losing. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. Yeah. I don't mind getting beat.
Much better.
I hate losing.
This is true.
Now, you know what the difference is?
Yes.
What? Tell me what the difference is.
Oh, man. So one you are fully control of. The other one you're not.
No, I'm not usually. Well, yes, that is correct. Yeah. See, he lied to me, and I lied back. It was great. If I give away a whole bunch of points and I screw up a lot, yes, absolutely.
Death by
That's
ones.
losing.
Yes.
Death by ones.
Yes.
You know, death by procedural, death by non-threat.
Yeah, I know that irritates you.
It does. It does because I know I can shoot better than that, and if I give away a match because of that, so be it. But no, if I get beat because the other person's a better shooter. Absolutely. Go ahead. You know.
So 150 shooters.
150 even. Yes.
I know. From experience, Arizona has I would have to say the elite guys. Border Patrol. Austin showed up.
Yeah, Austin showed up, and his father, and a couple other people from the Smith and Wesson team. Yep. The Smith and Wesson team showed up. Wilson Combat showed up, and then a lot of the guys from Border Patrol showed up. They were all shooting on a squad.
What makes the Showdown it's the first match of the year. What makes this right in your wheelhouse?
I don't know if it's right in my wheelhouse, but it's a good match, and I enjoy going to it. And it's close. I don't have to go very far. And the match is just an excuse for me to go spend 4 days in Phoenix with a bunch of friends of mine. Right, so I got dinner, I got a match, or I got to shoot the match, I got another dinner, then I got to SO the match, and then I got staff and competitor funness that happened Saturday night, and then I had breakfast, and then I came home. And when I say breakfast, I had to go to a buddy's house and give him breakfast. I had to cook him breakfast. Because he spent all morning. I had to have it ready when he got there because he was chasing geese all morning.
So where did you stay?
I actually stayed with my buddy Terry. He's got a timeshare out there, and we stayed in a condo or townhouse, I guess.
So it wasn't a hotel thing.
It was not. It was not. No.
So that
it was really
helps.
nice. Yeah,
that definitely helps.
And I'll tell you one thing: for those of you out there that don't travel well, that's me. I'm taking my pillow next time. Everywhere I go going forward, I'm taking my pillow.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you didn't get a stiff neck, did you?
No, I did not get a stiff neck, but I don't travel well, so I don't sleep well if I'm not in my bed, whatever. And I'm thinking if I had my pillow, that might help a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that.
It's a security thing.
Is that what it is?
You have to get the smell, the scent, and then it makes you sleep a lot sounder.
I'm not going to disagree, but I'm going to try it out, and I'll let y'all know. Because I'm going to do it for the RMR Colorado State match.
Okay, so you drove up there.
Yes.
6 hours?
Well, typically 6 hours. I don't drive super fast.
It was a nice drive.
It was a nice drive, except for the asphalt overlay that they were doing just east of Quartzsite on the 10. You missed that.
It's our tax dollars.
Because you didn't go. No, it's their tax dollars. It's state tax dollars. We're Californians.
Okay.
That was Arizona.
So that was in
Quartzsite's
Arizona.
inside of Arizona.
All right. So Arizona.
So it's 2 lanes down to 1. So it was 80 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 mile an hour. And then once it moved into the single lane, then it was 15 mile an hour for 3 miles or whatever, and then back up to speed.
So that means next year it's going to be amazing.
Next year should be fantastic. Well, it was fine on the way home. On the way home, it was fine because I don't know if they were done or if they were just taking that day off because it was MLK weekend or whatever. But I came home on Sunday; they weren't working.
Traffic
coming home?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So it was
great.
Pretty clean comeback.
Yeah. And I left Phoenix at like 11
Yeah.
in the morning. Yeah, 11:30, something like that.
So the food, favorite restaurant out there?
Favorite restaurant was some pizza place I went to on Friday night after the match. I met some
Pizza?
friends out there. Pizza, snazzy artisan pizza.
Oh.
There was some sausage.
Okay, so that's not necessarily a pizza. That's
Well, it was a round doughy thing with toppings and cheese. So is that a pizza? I don't know about a pizza. It's a pizza enough for me. It was enough pizza for me. And there were 3 of us, and we ordered 3 pizzas, and they were probably 18 inches. Oh yeah, and I ate all but 2 pieces. I was starving because we shot all day, and I don't eat when I shoot.
so they didn't feed you
No, well they did feed us. I just didn't eat. Yeah,
because you.
because if I eat, then
Oh, okay.
So I drink water and I'll eat a banana just to keep enough calories in me and sugar going so I don't hallucinate. But
So tell us about the match. So 10 stages.
10 stages, no warm up, no warm
10
up, no cool down. 10
Technical
actual
stages, a lot of movement, a lot of rounds.
I don't know if it was a lot of movement, a lot of rounds, a lot of technical. There were longer shots than what I'm typically used to at my club match.
Okay.
Some of the no shoots were tight. A lot of them were not. There were several stages with movers. I think four or 5 stages with. I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there were 5 mover stages.
Wow.
Or stages with movers, single movers.
So half, 50%.
Yeah.
So
you've got, which was nice, but it was only a single mover, right? So you get a drop turn, or you get a bobber, or you get a swinger. You know, the swinger was actually interesting. That was my worst stage of the match by, I don't know, definition or time or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was you shoot over here. Yeah, you shoot over here, you shoot over here, you shoot over here, and then you go over here and shoot, and then you got to come back. Because it's the swinger is activated behind the barrels and whatever, and you got a non-threat and a swinger doing this thing with barrels, so it's short and doing this back and forth, and you're like, I tried to trap it, ambush it, really. I kind of set up on it, and but I could have done better. I could have planned a little better and paid a little better attention to the stage so that I catch it on the apex of the swing down by the non-threat, so it was paused a little bit, but I was down 6 on that stage.
Whoa.
Which is too many.
Yeah.
But
So there was a technical stage.
sure, that was it was a 3, a 3, and a 0 on the swinger.
Yeah.
Right. So I took the 3 there, and then I had 3 other singles, I think.
Would you say this was more for intermediate shooters, or how about beginner shooters, novice shooters?
I would say beginner intermediate shooters.
Okay.
Right. It was not super technical where you had to really plan.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a whole lot of choices. Right. Some of the stages had a couple of choices on them, but it was pretty straightforward on its layout.
Okay, so you had variety of shooting.
Variety of placement of shooting and where you shot, right? So this stage was designed this way and this stage was designed this way. You didn't have a lot of choices between, okay, I'm going to start here and then I'm going to run this way or I'm going to run this way. It was all, you're going to do this pattern of movement because of the way the stage was designed. But
Right.
yeah, so in some of the more advanced matches or larger matches, you can go right and shoot everything, or you can go left and shoot everything, and that's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's just straight out.
This was straight up. I mean, there were a couple where you could go to this position and shoot, but you still had to go to the first position.
Right.
So if you were faster on your feet or better on your shooting, you're going to make your choices on which way you want to go.
Very nice. Well, how was the staff? How does the staff treat you?
Staff was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was staff. Great. The staff were awesome.
That's kind of biased.
It's totally biased. It's totally biased.
So a lot of the California guys went out there to help.
Yeah, there were quite a few guys from California.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bless your hearts. Thank you guys for doing that. Without the volunteers, we wouldn't have these matches. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Especially you.
Why especially me?
For you always going out there and helping out.
Well, somebody got to do it. Might as well be me. Right?
So the prizes, big prize gathering?
Huge prize table.
All right,
I mean, there were like 5 or 6 guns they gave away.
So the major sponsor was Healy Arms.
Healy Arms, and they had a pile of guns out there, and then most of the other sponsors also had stuff there, and they had a fat gift certificate for Dylan.
You're kidding me.
No, $600 fat.
Wow.
Yes, which is most of the price of a basic $750.
So you guys thinking of shooting Arizona, I'm strongly recommend you get on the list. How fast did this one?
12 minutes. I mean, I usually get the email or the phone call. Hey, you want to work the X match? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, let's go. You know, so I don't get that, but hey, this is when the match is going to open. You need to pay attention, and you need to be sitting there. Click, refresh, go, and get in, because a lot of these matches fill up really, really fast, especially the more popular ones.
So I don't know the match director, Eric Van Haster. Right?
Eric Van Haster's been the AMD for Bruce for a number of years, and he's running the show today. And I don't want to say it was his first match, but by the time we were done with staff shooting, because we're all gamers and we see what other gamers do, so we're like, hey, you may want to clarify this or this, and he's just like, whatever, I'm done. Which I totally understand. I totally get it, because you've been working for a year to try to get this thing set up, and you're right to the finish line, and everybody keeps coming at you with this. It's got to be done, and it's part of your job, buddy. It's terrible, but it is. It's the truth.
But I appreciate AC's coming out, and they actually working, right? Match director, as a match director. That's pretty getting there, right? So
well, I don't want to say we're running out of people, but we're not running out of people.
Yeah. But they need that type of experience, right?
Yes. I would not be a good SO if I wasn't a mediocre shooter, right? Because I see how it goes, and I see how other people shoot, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And then you look at it and go, did they do what they were supposed to do? And you're running the stage, and that guy reloaded in the wrong spot. And then I look at my scorekeeper, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, he didn't have enough bullets in the gun to start.
You have these conferences in your head.
I do. I have the conferences, and I turn around and look, and he's like, yeah, that was 10. That wasn't 11 or whatever it was. Or that was too many.
Yeah. So you have some things here.
I have things here. Yes.
Let me see some of those things.
So we're gonna do this thing first.
Oh, look at this. All right. So first of all, the prizes are amazing.
The plaques, you mean?
Or the wood.
The wood.
He brought a wood home.
I'm bringing home the wood. That's right.
So you took first place, master class.
First place master class. Yes, I had to beat out one other person for master class.
All right. We should have left that alone.
I should have left it. I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, there were 16 guys. I had to beat them all.
Nevertheless, that's still right.
Yes, I did.
So you beat out not only him but all the other
everybody
guys
else.
CCP, right?
Everybody else. So I also took division champion.
There you go.
For that. So.
And this is pretty serious. When you're beating out everybody who's shooting
in your division,
that's what you get. And I really love the quality of these. These are so nice.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What did you use to get through this?
What do you mean?
Your gun.
Oh, I'm running a VP9.
The same VP9.
The same VP9. Running the same VP9. And I've done a couple of modifications to it, which we talked about in the last video, to make it fit me better. But yeah, running a VP9. And since I'm shooting CCP, I've actually come up with a new recipe. Well, I haven't come up with it. I copied it from somebody else. They came up with a new recipe for a 105 power factor ammunition. And I'm actually kind of liking it. But it doesn't feel much different than what I'm shooting now, other than...
You're talking about the Myers.
Yeah.
You went to the Myers.
If there's a gamer out there, if you were to look up IDPA gamer in the dictionary, right, there would be a picture.
I wouldn't say gamer. I would have to say competitor.
Absolutely a competitor.
Very, very anal competitor.
Well,
I mean,
very specific.
They are very, very specific.
Very specific and
low tolerance,
incredibly talented. Incredibly talented. So
Absolutely.
you know what the difference is between an armor and a gunsmith, right?
Armor and a gunsmith. One of them just takes care of the guns.
Well, one of them can replace parts, and the other one gets out the CNC machine and starts changing things.
Okay.
So, yeah, Jerry has done a bunch of stuff for me over the years in working with stuff, and he's always sitting out there experimenting with. We're going to use this bullet. The current recipe for the cartridge that I'm shooting, if I'm not mistaken, is a 125 grain 38 that's squeezed, sized down to 357, and then loaded into a roll-sized case with 1.9. I think it's 1.9 or 2.9. I can't remember. I can't see it in my head. Of clays. So
who thinks this stuff up?
Jerry does, because he sits around and does the math on all this stuff and figures it out. Yeah. So he's shooting a 125 grain 38 slug. So it's a round nose, really short nose with a long bearing surface for, you know, your twisting and your running, whatever. Yeah. And he loaded short, 1 inch, just for pressure, so you can get better velocities. And it's not stuff that I even think about when I reload. And I reload quite a bit of stuff, but he's playing a different game.
That's incredible. Well, show us your gun. So let's take a look at his gun.
All right, fantastic. Hello, everyone. Here we are. Same gun as you saw last time. Not much has changed. So my terrible stippling job. Empty gun. No magazine. Nothing in the chamber. Everybody see that? There we go. I did have, we talked about this last time, but I had this extended because my hands are small. Well, my hands are small, my fingers are long. So in order to reach this comfortably without breaking my grip, I wanted some extension on that because I can't reach it otherwise. So this piece has been replaced. This is one of those Lazy Wolf triggers. This particular safety in the middle of it, it's super thin, like right there, and it kept breaking. So Robert made me one out of titanium that I put in there. So hopefully that's not going to break too much. And flip the lever, release that thing, comes off the top. Super dirty gun, super nasty parts. Just got back from Phoenix, and I haven't done anything to it yet except stick it in my waist and carry it around town. So that's kind of the whole deal. This particular one is now on the roster, so I will be purchasing more and more of them, hopefully without the optics ready, so I can get a standard rear sight, so I don't have to get one custom made for this. But there it is. And just to show that I'm not a cheater, fits in the box. There we go. You do have to take like a 1/16 of an inch off of the magazine. You just grind it on some sandpaper to get it to fit. But this particular magazine, that's an adult magazine. I didn't do that to that one.
Well, that's the most dirtiest thing I've ever seen.
It's not the dirtiest thing you've ever seen. I know it's not, because it was much dirtier, and you've seen it much dirtier. I did an experiment, and I don't know if I talked about this before, but I did an experiment where I did not clean my gun. I oiled it, right? 2 drops of oil, one on each slide, one on each rail, slide rail, whatever. I didn't clean it for over a year.
Yeah.
Just to see what it would do. Ran fine.
My HK, I did the same.
You did? Okay.
I only had, it started to stovepipe a little bit.
Okay, because it wasn't cycling all the way?
At that time, I gave it to Anthony. So Viking took a look at it.
The Viking.
He yelled at me.
Of course he did, because he opened it up and he had to get out the scraper and start scraping out all of the carbon.
I don't know why they get so upset at me. I don't get it. What's the deal?
When I cleaned my gun,
right,
I threw it in the sonic cleaner. I just took it and threw it in the sonic cleaner, so I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff, and it came out mostly clean after like 45 minutes.
So you know the difference between a competitor and an armorer?
No. What's the difference?
One doesn't clean his guns. I just shoot.
I just shoot. I don't. Yeah. It's perfect that way. Yeah.
So your trigger was from Lazy Wolf.
Lazy Wolf.
Right?
Yes.
What is Lazy Wolf?
Lazy Wolf's a manufacturer, and really the only reason I got it is because I like less plastic parts as I can go.
Okay.
Right.
So more metal.
More metal, less plastic
But
is
you
what I'm
said
looking for.
you were having some issues, right?
I had a couple of issues with it.
With
yes.
the metal pieces.
With the metal pieces, and I don't know if it was because of my completely amateur and totally inadequate ability to work on a firearm, or if it was that particular one. But I've had to replace it a couple of times now.
You know, you're not gentle. Right?
No, I'm not. I'm hard on gear.
You are extremely.
I'm
brutal.
rough on gear.
Yeah, me too.
We're not. It is what it is.
We're not an armor.
Nope. I'm a shooter. So I don't want a race gun. I don't ever want to build a race gun because a race gun requires somebody to. Formula One cars are driven by drivers, not mechanics.
Yes.
Because if they were driven by mechanics, they'd never win a race. Because the mechanics say, don't run it too hard, you'll pop a thing, and don't go around the corner too fast. You slide out and crash my car, and you got to start over. And yeah, I'm less concerned about that.
You know, we're going to get flack for that, right?
Of course, we're going to get flack for that. Yeah, of course we are. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So for the beginning subscribers and so forth, do you have any tips on how to prepare for a match? To be successful?
If you're going to prepare for a match, know the rules. Know 90% of the rules.
Oh, that's good.
95% of the rules.
That's half the battle.
That is. We will teach you the rules of IDPA 3 seconds at a time. Yeah. So know the rules and know what that stuff is, and then being able to stage plan, right? And I highly recommend getting a coach, to someone that can teach you how to stage plan and how to do whatever. And if you're going to be shooting, I always shoot outside the waistband with a vest when I shoot a sanctioned match, because it's just a skosh faster and it's a little more comfortable for me to shoot as opposed to inside and tight cover. So if you're going to do that, and then shoot like you. Don't try to shoot like Paul, because you can't do it. And don't try to shoot like me, because you'll probably fall over, because I'm like slinging through the air all the time. I got good balance. But shoot like you. And a lot of people come out and they go, oh, I got to go fast. I'm like, no, you don't have to go fast. I did not shoot fast. And okay, so I won my class and division. Fantastic. There were 8 or 9 people in my division, so I beat out all the others. And there was one other master level shooter. He did not shoot well. I heard he did not shoot well. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was not feeling well, and he was in the car for the award ceremony. So I don't know if he went home or not, but I gotta find out. I gotta talk to him. But 19th overall, right? I was 19th overall out of 150 shooters.
That's pretty serious.
And I felt pretty good about it. Yes, and I was 50 seconds off the pace. Right. And really, you have to. When you're grading a match on a curve, if you remove the top guy because he's 30 seconds faster than everybody else because he's just a wizard, he's a Jedi. He's a Jedi.
Yes.
Austin, you're a Jedi. I don't know if you know this or not. And then you can remove the guys that got DQ'd, right? And then you kind of shorten it up a little bit. And so I feel that I did fairly well, but I did not shoot fast. It was not my best match. It was a good match that I made the fewest mistakes on.
You know, I had the opportunity to sit down with Austin.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and we were talking.
You got him on a microphone?
No, not on the microphone.
I was going to say, I need to see that.
So in Georgia, he did a coaching.
Okay.
And I got to spend a whole day with him.
Really?
And the first thing he came out and he said, the first lesson that I learned from my dad, right, Walt.
Mm-hmm. Walt.
He sat there and he goes, you know, you can be a lot faster if you just stop going 40 down.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Aim and call your shots.
You know,
slow down a little bit. Never mind that whole double tap thing. That bang bang. Did you know where that second shot went? I mean, at all?
That was the beginning of his coaching. That's how he started the class. And I sat there and went, "Oh my God!" Right? But if you really think about it, going 40 down, right, and just slowing down. I mean, you can make up 40 seconds, right, or at least half of that, right?
Yeah. Well, if you cut that in half, right?
Oh my God.
You know, so if you've got an array of 3 targets and you go bang, 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 and it takes you 3.5 seconds to shoot that array or 4 seconds to shoot that array, so you can say you've got half-second splits and then a half-second transition. What is that? So that's 1, 2, 2.5, 3 seconds. So 3 seconds in a 3-target array. But if you go bang, 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 you might be 2 seconds, but you're down 3. So now you're at 5 seconds.
Right.
So you lost 2 seconds.
I mean, I've seen that in the 5x5 classifier. I actually did an experiment on that, and it showed that if I just slow down and not miss anything, I would bump up.
Yeah. Don't miss.
Well, bumping up is not always a good thing either, but
Well, not in the classifier. I mean, shoot your classification.
Yeah.
Shoot your classification. That's where you're at. Now, you don't need to shoot the classifier again. So you go to a sanction match, and then if you win, you get bumped, and if you don't win, you don't get bumped, and you continue to keep doing what you're doing.
Keep on
and then you
working
change, once you reach a level that you want to reach in whatever division that you're in, then you move to another division. And you start shooting that one until you're proficient in that one or whatever level you is, and then you can go back and forth and back around. And,
8 divisions later. Hello.
You did not hear the craziness.
What craziness?
Well, you remember the wacko, right?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Bruce Kilmore.
Yeah, Bruce.
You know,
Bruce, love you, Bruce.
I beg to differ on that part, but so he wants to do that again.
Well, no, okay. So we've got choices. He's given us choices.
On what?
Well, we can do wacko. Now, for those of you that are not aware of this, there was a division in IDPA that was bug revolver. So it was less than a 3-inch barrel and a 5-shot revo. Okay. So if you've ever shot an IDPA match, you know that a 5-shot anything is terrible. And then you've got a revo, so you got to open the thing and you drop this 5 rounds in, and you close it, and then you go to work again. It's atrocious. And it was, but nothing. There's only 2 5-shot revolvers that fit into the bug box, so we actually had to register as regular revo, and then he gave us a special classification because because you could do that.
Yep. We had to shoot against the rest of the.
We had to shoot against everybody else, but it doesn't matter because we had our own plaques. They had wacko across.
Right.
It was fantastic.
Right.
So we get the wacko division, but we had a choice. We could shoot wacko.
Yeah.
Or lever. Lever carbine. I said lever carbine, I could do that, but you got to have a magazine because I can't see myself doing this. And he's like, well, we'll be all in the same squad, so it won't matter. I'm like, do you have all the other squads behind us that are waiting for us because it takes us a minute and a half to shoot a stage instead of 25 seconds are going to be upset at a minimum. So no, magazine fed lever action PCC. Perfect. Let's go.
I'm sorry, I don't even wish to have that conversation with you, so we can just stop that there.
This is what happens when you've been doing this a really long time and you start getting bored.
Yeah, you start doing silly things like
It's
this.
let's do it crazy. Let's
Whack.
everybody shoot left-handed or offhand.
Yeah, if you just want to just throw a match away and just go and just do your, we can do that at a local match, right?
We could. We absolutely could. And see how disastrously it would actually go.
Well, I
and
know
then
how that wacko
decide,
went.
No. Yeah, well, no. And we practiced for that, too.
And you guys wonder why I don't go to Arizona. I'm still.
Well, you got other matches that you go to instead of Arizona,
Yeah,
and I don't go to those.
I'm
It's
still
all a timing thing.
dealing with the Georgia thing, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was told that I have to go to Georgia next year.
Yes.
Or this year.
Yes.
This is 2025 already.
Sheepdog.
Yeah, sheepdog.
Yeah.
I've been told I have to go.
that venue, I've never seen that ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been there, so I don't know.
So I sit there and I go, oh, so the best guys in CCP is here. They're here.
Yeah.
And Bill's not here.
Well, you know why? Because Bill's not one of the best guys in CCP. That's why he's not there.
2 Woods over there. It says differently.
I will set it up. I will make it happen. We'll figure it out. I'll be going this year.
Beautiful. A special shout out to our channel membership. This is your support. Busy at work. Please consider being a part of our shooting community, building relationships around safe gun practice and IDPA competition. My name is Paul G, and this is
Bill Olmstead.
Please be safe, and we shall see you on the range.
Bye-bye, YouTube.
Like, share, subscribe.
This is a lot of fun. I love doing these things.
You are insane.
Well, yeah, I'm insane. Look what I'm doing.
That's true.
I got my sticker cup.